Welcome to this episode of Student Engagement Series. In this episode, we are going to talk about how to make synchronous online meetings more engaging by introducing one format and two tools. My name is Lu Ding. I'm an instructional designer from the Faculty Development and Innovation Center at Eastern Illinois University. Learning activities can be divided into two general categories: presentational and interactional. Presentational activities are things like lecture, student presentations or performances, or other one-way communication. One person or group is doing all the communicating, and the other person or group is taking it in. Interactional activities require everyone to be actively involved in, such as group discussions, debate, or Q&A sessions. Different online faculty have different ideas about the ideal mix of presentational activities and interactional activities and how to conduct them. My own personal rule of thumb for that is to flip your class. That is, limit presentational activities to asynchronous time and leverage synchronous meeting time for interactional activities. For example, recording your lectures and require students to watch those videos before coming to synchronous meetings. During synchronous meetings, you can encourage students to do a group discussion or a debate based on the lectures. One of the techniques that we will be introducing in this episode is polling. Of course, you can use polling feature from Zoom or other video conferencing platforms. But the small tool that I will be introducing here is called Mentimeter. Mentimeter is a polling tool that offers a multitude of visually interacting ways to gather input from the participants. Here, just name a few of my favorite question types. The first type is word clouds. Ask a question and participants type their short responses into their device to co-create a word cloud. The more often a cloud is used, the bigger it will be in the shared image on the presenter's screen. The quiz questions allow for a fun competition. After each quiz question, the participants will see a leaderboard and see who is winning. Ranking allows people to select their top preferences or choices, and multiple choice questions are similar to traditional polls, but with Mentimeter, you can easily add fun GIFs to make it visually appealing. Polling can be used for different purposes throughout a synchronous meeting session. It can be used at the very beginning of the course, before you explain a topic. Ask a question about the topic can trigger students' interest in later learning. Polling can also be used during the course for a temperature check. The results can give you a quick sense of where your students are at, what misconceptions they might have, what matters to them, and more. You can also invite students to participate in a question and share the results with your students to prompt a follow-up discussion. Polling can also be used to encourage students to reflect on what they have learned from the session and what they wish to learn more about the topic. Another technique that we will be introducing here in this episode is pair deck. You can mix presentational activity with interactional activity by using a tool named Pair Deck. Pair Deck is an interactive presentation tool used to actively engage students in individual and social learning. You can turn your PowerPoint slides into a Pair Deck interactive presentation by adding questions. For example, you can ask students to answer an open-ended question regarding a specific slide and immediately show their answers on the screen. You can also ask students to draw on your slide. Here, I only named a few ways of using Peer Deck, but it has way more than these two features. Check them out by yourself and use those features to engage your students in synchronous presentational activities. This is Ludin here. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for our next episode of Engaging Students in Online Learning series.